Hi, Coach. Welcome to HSBN Media Days. Good to see you.
Nice to see you. Thank you for having us.
Can you please introduce yourself and the players you have here today?
Yes, right here to my right I have Kenneth Martinez, and top we have Nathaniel Gomez, and Brandon Perez, and Brandon Rodriguez.
Good to see you.
Guys, let's start off obviously with where you guys finished last year. You guys have probably feeling a little bit of unfinished business getting that close to states. Talk about a little bit of the process of healing from that game and then where you're at right now.
Yeah, every year starts off fresh, so we try to put it behind us, but it's a culture we try to promote here, since I got here last year, and that's we're here for one reason only, and that's to win it all. That's everybody's dream. That's what everybody should be focusing on. So it was a little bitter at the end of the year. I mean, we did make it pretty far. A lot of people didn't expect that, but I did believe in the guys from the get-go. So for me, it was still, at the end of the day, like my personality and the way I look at things, it was a disappointing season.
And you guys, Coach mentioned that nobody expected you to get where you got, and you did, but getting that close and not getting in the States still had to hurt, even though you guys, maybe overachieved in a lot of people's eyes. But you guys, it didn't seem like that. It seemed like you guys were confident all the way through the playoffs from the games I saw. So talk a little bit about your confidence level heading into this season.
Our confidence level is pretty high. Last year we had a lot of people underestimating us. Our team believed in ourselves and believed in our coaches and believed we could do way better than we think.
Yeah, this year we're not focused only on a district or regional. We want everything. We want a ring when we graduate. We have a lot of seniors. When we graduate, we all want to wear a ring at the end of the year, and we're focused on that, just a ring and to go all the way.
And you guys talked a little bit. You have a lot of seniors on your team, probably the most maybe in Miami. So from that standpoint, what does that do for you guys as far as playing together and being seniors now and getting to a position where you're right there to reach your goals? Any of you guys?
I mean, we have a lot of leaders on the team. We have a lot of people that can lead us to a state championship. Like Coach says, it's just their bus, and that's how we all think.
Talk a little bit about the difference in attitude that you're going to get from other teams, because while last year you guys kind of flew under the radar, this year, we've already talked to some teams at Media Day that, they know you, they expect you guys to be good, they expect you guys to be favorites this year. So talk about the different mentality, maybe. Laz, you could start with this. From last year to now, everybody's kind of gunning for you.
Yeah, that's the main thing. I've spoken to the team about it, and they've spoken between themselves too, and that's kind of the way we're viewing things, and we're preparing. I mean, we're not gonna every game we go out there now, we're gonna get the best from everybody, and actually that's what we like. I mean, now we're not talking states, we're not talking anything. It's just for many years that I've done this, my whole purpose is that's why we set up the schedule that we do set up, and that's so we can be prepared to play not here but at the next level. We want to be able to, that's all you're going to see later on. So that's what we're ready for. But it's a different mentality in the sense that you can't fool around, because you're not going to get somebody's number 3 or somebody's number 4, which we honestly didn't really get, but that happens, and they're gunning for you. So the focus has to be even sharper. And we got to pay really close attention to the small details of the game, which is what makes a difference, I would say.
And you players, any of you guys can take this, but what about your mindset going? Obviously, a different mindset from being the favorite this year as opposed to being the underdog. Talk about the difference of how you guys prepare.
We don't let that get to our head. Like our coaches say, that's just something people say outside of our field. We focus on us and what we have. We believe in our players from 1 through 9. What we can do is our talent.
And you guys are coming this year with realignment. Obviously, you guys are coming from a huge district where you guys had to battle through, and now you're basically in a 4-team district here with Chaminade and Miami Country Day and Pace. So how does that change your mindset, or how do you approach, just your mindset might be the same, but how do you approach a much smaller district than you guys have been in?
I could take that one. We don't take anybody lightly or for granted. So I think, in fact, I think in situations like that, you got to focus even harder because, you don't really know what the other teams have. And it might be 4 teams, but it's 4 teams. They have great ball players. They're great programs. They have the history, so, we're just basically starting one. So everybody is a formidable opponent for us, and we take it that way.
You guys, you play your home games at Slade Park, and you have a great home fan base there. So talk a little bit about that home field advantage that you guys bring. I guess you can take it.
Yeah, that culture that we have at Slade Park is amazing. The whole fall, even scrimmages, the bleachers are filled, and they all come out and support, and that's the best. We love playing there. The support is there, and it's amazing too.
And
Right.
how much excitement is there this year? Obviously, big things expected. Is that do you sense that with your community that people are expecting a lot from you guys this year?
Yes.
Yeah.
They're expecting
100%.
a lot.
100%.
You added a few transfers to
Mm-hmm.
your team this year. That's always going to happen when you start winning, and you
Yeah.
guys are building that culture, and you got some transfers. So how do you guys bring those guys in and kind of get them on the same page with what you guys have already started? Take it from a players. Any of you guys players first, and then Laz, you can finish it.
Just knowing that they're coming in new faces that coach brings in the team, just introduce us to them. So we love our chemistry that we have, and we're gonna build it.
And how about the competition, guys? Within yourselves, because you guys have a lot of veteran players, and you have guys. Is there a lot of competition going on for starting jobs? Are you starting 9 pretty much set, or where are you guys at with that process, Coach?
Listen, whoever goes out there and does their job, they're gonna play. The great thing about this team, this group, is that there's not one. I wouldn't say one selfish kid out there, and every kid is battling for a spot. That's the only way, a team is successful is that you have competition. But they pick each other up and they pull for each other. You never get the off to the side kid who, is complaining about, maybe the other kid getting a little more reps, which doesn't happen with us. But either way, you don't get that kid here. We get the kid that is always pumped up for one another and picks each other up. And they're honestly really about trying to win a game. They're not about their stats or anything of that sort. So it's in that sense we as coaches, not just myself, but we have coaches have been blessed. We've been blessed to have a group of kids that they're common denominators that they want to win, and they know that what they do and how they perform is it's up to them, and that's it. That their talent will show for themselves in order to have an opportunity to continue a career and move up as far as baseball is concerned.
And as players, how nice is it that you guys, you've all played on a bunch of teams at this point, and how nice is it to be on one where you guys are kind of connected, and instead of pulling in different directions and everybody kind of fighting each other on the team.
You two want to answer back there or something, or
Yeah.
you just want to
Go
hang out?
ahead. Either one
Yeah,
of
it's
you guys.
honestly great. We all blend in together. We all want to go for the same goal. Basically, we all just want to win, as Coach said.
This last question, if being how close you got last year, what do you think is the 1 or 2 things that you just have to tweak this year? I guess we can go with all the players here. You can each give me maybe one thing that you think you have to tweak to get that final step and get into states this year.
Can I go first?
Yeah, man, go ahead.
Pitching. We have a lot of pitching this year, a lot of arms, and that's great. Last year we only had 3, and they still got the job done. Now we have 10?
13.
Yeah.
13.
Yeah.
We have 13 arms, so yeah, we're loaded this year.
And how do you,
Don't use the word
how do you
loaded.
deal with it with a staff like that?
Huh?
How do you get enough guys innings with a staff like that?
Well, the thing is, we're looking at 13 guys, but there's nobody that's gonna jump at you. There's no superstar there. There's no huge arms, and so and like I said, our ball clubs like that, so we're gonna work around that, you know. So we have a lot of guys that are situational pitchers, and that'll come in certain situations of the ball game. But it definitely is a blessing to have this year that more guys are out there that are arms for us.
All right, that's all I got for you guys.
All
Good
right.
luck this year.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hope to
Thank
see
you.
you in States.
It's gonna be
We'll
a
be
rough
there.
road.
We'll be there.
Thank you.